Good morning, everyone. StrafeCal. We are continuing on our exploration of the Metroid saga with Metroid Fusion. It's a GBA game. Honestly, I've heard people have some issues with this one, but I really enjoyed it when I played it previously. It is a lot more linear than a lot of the other Metroid games. Super Metroid is very good at how it kind of guides you through the game. So Samus gets infected with this creature. The identity of her attacker was a parasitic organism known as X. So this is kind of a departure from the original games to some extent here. There's a lot more exposition than we've seen in other games as well. I will say the original game has pretty much nothing, which is a Nintendo game, that makes sense. So they surgically removed large portions of her suit because of this parasitic infection that bonded it to her. Then someone found a cure using Metroid DNA. Yeah. The aliens influence from this going into the fourth Alien movie definitely is there. Yeah, I definitely appreciate the fact that the Super Metroid really hits a sweet spot with that of, it gives you, the last Metroid is in captivity. Peace has returned to the galaxy. And then it goes right into gameplay, but that gameplay still has a lot of cinematic aspect to it. This, we're getting a lot more just dialogue, exposition. I feel like some of this stuff being told throughout the game instead of all as preamble could have been a lot better. Because quite frankly, I like story in games. I play RPGs, and this is a lot of talking. This is a lot of exposition. I mean, they had to scroll that to a second page. That's clearly a problem. So we have shifted away from Samus's original ship here, and we immediately get handed a map. There's been an explosion in the Quarantine Bay. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit that were infected by the X parasites. Cause of the explosion as of yet unclear. Investigate. Quarantine Bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You are still unable to use most of your latent abilities. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way and uplink. Is your objective clear? Yes. Go to the Quarantine Bay. So, as I was saying, a lot more linear, as opposed to in previous games where you are just left to explore. This is very much giving you trackers, markers on your map, explaining where your quests are. Just real quick checking what button, or if there's any other buttons that do anything. Not seeing anything. Oh, I forgot about the fact that you can climb. Awesome. So this part definitely has that same feeling as Super Metroid, where, you know, there's no enemies yet. It's very stark. Quarantine Bay is ahead. Battle signs are confirmed. So you get just that very good atmospheric aspect to it. From what I have seen and heard, I am very excited to see what we get in terms of this sort of atmospheric aspects in Dread, which I don't think I said yet, but part of the reason I wanted to play Metroid Fusion is because with Dread's release, I wanted to go through and play Metroid, Super Metroid, and Fusion is the third, like, those four are kind of considered, you know, those are the 2D Metroids in order. Technically, Metroid 2 is in there, but the Game Boy one is very limited in comparison. This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by the X parasite. To mimic its prey, any species could have hosted it, or the explosion security sensor scanned one. They also absorbed DNA, using it to mimic the host. You were almost killed. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seemed the Metroids were the main predators of the X. That's why the vaccine worked so quickly and so well, but it's also changed your cellular makeup. You can't be infected by X again. You can now absorb free-floating X parasites without a host by touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. Very cool. You may also restore latent abilities this way, so pursue free X parasites whenever you can. The station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital. So we're going to have to do a little bit of exploration within this area to get to that target. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you're only at 10% capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. So after each section, it does open doors. And this kind of goes back to one of my complaints with several of the other Metroidvania games that I've played in the last year or so, which is the fact that instead of giving you powers that let you explore new areas and being able to figure that out on your own, it feels very, I mean, like I've said, linear by comparison, where it is very distinctly dealing with doors. So there are, in this game, instead of being able to open different kinds of doors with missiles and bombs and such as you go, it is very, when you complete this section, you get an objective, and then you go to the next section where because it has now, the computer has unlocked the doors for you. Now, that being said, the gameplay is very fun. It's still a good game. And support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you should be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies that can't be hurt. Head to the data room for a download. Okay, so these are data rooms. Never tell me the odds. It had to be said eventually. So that's gonna take us there. This is gonna take us across to the objective, I believe. So we need to go up here to get missiles first, is what they're saying. The computer reminds me of a Gruff Federation CO I served with named Adam Malkovich. Called me Lady on missions. For anyone else it would have been sarcastic. But Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect, with some irony, I named the computer after him. Okay. Okay, so that is... D was here. We'll go navigation room. Data room is just ahead. Oh, okay. I'm glad there wasn't more dialogue there in that case. So in order to use missiles, keep in mind the Game Boy Advance was very limited as far as the control pad went. Electronic interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target, located here. I'm reading huge biosigns, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X parasite. So this is where it gets a little bit more interesting, and that's the fact that it takes you off the map. And it doesn't just do this once, it does this fairly frequently. So we can't get up there yet. I'm gonna, real quick here, we haven't finished exploring these areas. I'm pretty sure this is just a recharge room, which is gonna give us weapons and energy fully restored, and a save room, which is going to give us a save. Check. Okay, now that we're have this. We know we can't go through the elevator, so instead we blow this hatch open and we have to go kind of off. Kind of off stream, I guess, off script. I had forgotten about the climbing mechanics. It's really impressive, just as far as how smooth it feels. Like, that was not something I was expecting. Okay, so we know the objective is to the right. Clearly, that means that we want to wander to the left quick. Because this is Metroid. One other point that I find very interesting in this bouncing here, which is unfortunate. I suppose the good news is we do have tons of, or basically free refills here, but we are getting their butts kicked also. So let's go up here real quick here. It's just a save room. I suppose let's see if when you die you recharge. This is annoying. I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not sure what. Okay, so that red one auto-refilled everything? That's good at least. Tricky to do those jumps, but it's pretty smooth once you figure it out. Okay, that wasn't ready yet. Okay, I get it. So you have to push left, and then you can see her stance changes. And that gets us the morph ball. Neat. Bombs are separate still. Some of the games combine those. And I love, once again, there, it just does that demonstration to show you that if you're climbing and you get to a point where you can't fit, I guess one of the random notes that I did want to make for this is there is definitely an element to this of kind of a weird horror element that you don't really get from the other ones. And the fact that it's on a space station instead of a, you know, the surface of a planet is very different. Okay. Nope. Guess not. Oh, it goes from the other side. Okay. Samus, as I feared, the breeding environments have been invaded by the X-parasites. Sector 1 SRX shows several abnormalities on biosense. The simulation of the SR-388 system. Take the main elevator to access, and access the shaft to use elevator 1. Okay. So we get those missiles right away. Very good. Is there anything over here that we can, that it looks like we can do? Not really. Oh, there we go. Is this the direction we're supposed to be going anyway? It is. I got very excited, thinking I was very clever, and then realized that I was going the wrong way. Let's try the other way quick then. By other way, I mean the right way, which I don't want to go yet. Hey, I don't think we're supposed to be here yet. But that is interesting foreshadowing, because it lets you see that area very briefly, and it shows you that there is something there, but it doesn't let you get to it. Heavy-handed exposition at the beginning aside, there's still a decent degree of storytelling in here. Love it. So you just hear the explosion. We get to see what happens, but Samus doesn't. And we can see that there is most likely the parasite infecting her suit. Once again, it kind of blocks off the areas you're not supposed to go to yet, which is a little bit annoying. But that does leave us here with the ability to now head over to this first section. SRX. Main elevator leading to the access shaft has been damaged. will be unusable for the time. Some unknown agent is at work, something very powerful, not human. The X in Sector 1 have invaded the atmospheric stabilizer. They want to alter the environment. They're already reproducing. They're all 5 atmospheric stabilizers. Stop them. So rather than one objective, we're going to have 5 spots marked on our map, I believe. Nope, never mind. We just know we have to find them. So within each section, we have a little bit more room for exploration. But I think that exploration is going to happen next time, because I feel like this is a good stopping spot. So hopefully you're enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.